From the main list, item number 1.
Lordship, in this case, I got the instruction. It is not similar situated. The order passed in WPC number 198 in 2019.
Yes, madam.
Your Lordship, Mr. Bibash Pathak will be doing this matter, Your Lordship.
Yes. What is the matter about?
Your Lordship, it's regarding equal rank pay and structure. Lordship.
Regarding?
Equal rank pay and structure.
Yes, Mr. Pathak. Have Assam Rifles implemented the order of 17th February?
Your Lordship, this order is differently situated because
That we'll look at later. Have they implemented that order?
Your Lordship, it has been sent to this ministry for the purpose to whether it will be considered or not, because they are going to be
Very good.
superseded.
All right. We don't need anything more than that. Yes, Mr. Pathak.
My Lord, I was having some connectivity issue, my
Yes.
Lord. I have heard, my Lord, that it is in the stage of consideration of the ministry.
No, there are two
Earlier
things. First submission made is that it's not similar to W10. And second is that as far as the order of 17th February is concerned, it's been forwarded to the ministry,
My Lord.
seeking instructions whether that ought to be given effect to or not. Neither has come. So what we'll do is we'll call for an affidavit from the respondents, and then we'll hear the matter thereafter. We'll make a note of the submission, and if it ultimately boils down to the issue being the same as in WA10 of 2022, then they will bleed.
My Lord.
Then we'll impose punitive
Lord.
costs on them. Because if the issue has already been decided, then there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So we'll record their submission, and if we find that the issue is similar, then we'll penalize them.
My Lord.
The matter had been adjourned on the previous occasion to enable advocate for the respondent to seek instructions, paragraph. It may be noted that at the time that this appeal was moved, it was submitted on behalf of the appellants that the issue involved herein, pertaining to pay parity of certain employees in the Assam Rifles with those in the other Central Armed Police Forces, is substantially similar to the question that arose in WA number 10 of 2022 that was disposed of by a judgment and order of April 20, 2022. Paragraph. Though a petition for special leave to appeal has been carried against the judgment of April 20, 2022, there does not appear to be any stay of the relevant order. Full stop. The appellants had also pointed out that in a more recent judgment of this court of February 17, 2023, in WP bracket C number 198 of 2019, bracket Ajay Kumar versus Union of India, a somewhat similar question was involved. Full stop. The appellant submitted that if Assam Rifles had implemented the order of February 17, 2023, the same would have a bearing on the present matter. Full stop. Paragraph. On behalf of Assam Rifles, a twofold submission is made, full stop. First, comma, it is submitted that the judgment of April 20, 2022 has been challenged, comma, albeit there being no stay in place till date. Full stop. Secondly, it is a submission of Assam Rifles that the more recent order of February 17, 2023 has been forwarded to the ministry and instructions are awaited. Full stop. It is also the respondents' as apostrophe contention that the issues involved herein are not substantially similar to the issues that arose in WA number 10 of 2022, full stop, paragraph. In such circumstances, comma, Assam Rifles is permitted a fortnight's time to file an affidavit the status of the two orders and matters arising therefrom, the status of the two orders of April 20, 2022 and February 17, 2023, and the matters arising thereof should be indicated in such affidavit, full stop. Have we given time? Affidavit in reply, comma, if any, may be filed within a week thereafter. The appeal will appear for hearing 4 weeks hence.
Deeply obliged.
It is recorded that if it is ultimately discovered that issues involved in the order dated April 20, 2022 are also the issues involved in the present case, comma, Assam Rifles may be appropriately penalized for the unnecessary waste of time. Not penalized, dealt with.
Obliged.
Deeply obliged.
Yes.
Item number 2.
How active is the consideration?
Lordship, the instruction that I have received, 34 lakhs has already been paid as gratia to the next of kin of prisoners.
No, we are not on that. We are on the compensation payable, because the last time we had adjourned the matter because
Lordship.
you had submitted that we had said that the compensation is not adequate. You had said that enhancement was under the active consideration.
Consideration, Lordship.
Now, we of course guessed at that time also it won't be enhanced. So what is the present situation?
Lordship, present situation is Lordship complying with the court's order so far. Only so far death is concerned.
We have not passed any order so far
Lordship is correct.
regarding that. All that we want to know, what is the quantum of compensation, whether it has been enhanced or not. If it has not been enhanced, then we'll enhance it and then we'll direct you to pay. We have not directed you to pay anything thus far.
Lordship is correct. Lordship is absolutely correct.
So therefore, what we want to know, what is, have you arrived at an enhanced compensation?
That part, Lordship, so far the instruction I have received, Lordship, we haven't. We haven't.
The matter was adjourned on the last occasion, since it was submitted on behalf of the state, that the issue of enhanced compensation for those who died in those who died in custody in the state since the year 2012 was under active consideration of the state. Full stop. Paragraph, however, comma, it does not appear that the state is ready to enhance the quantum of compensation offered. Full stop. Accordingly, comma, it has to be assessed whether the compensation offered by the notification issued
20 seconds.
by the state
Lordship.
is adequate, semicolon, and comma, thereupon, comma, for appropriate compensation to be paid to the next of kin of such of the persons who are found to have died were found to have suffered unnatural deaths while in custody.
Lordship, yes.
Yes. List was 49, was it?
Forty-nine.
49. Why do you need to check?
I thought it was 54, my lord. That's why I rechecked it. But Lordship, today I've got limited instruction that 34 lakhs has been sanctioned and
Sanctioning does not matter.
has been paid, Your Lordship. At least that can be recorded in the
Has
order.
been sanctioned.
Sanction have been, some have already been paid. The ex gratia to the next of kin of prisoners who died.
Will not help. Now, they say that they've followed the Haryana model.
Lordship, that's the national model by the NCRC.
And does that fix the quantum of compensation?
Lordship, that has been taken into consideration.
If that fixes the quantum of compensation, we won't go. If there is a national
Lordship,
kind of figure
Lordship, yes.
and which has been accepted,
Lordship, Haryana is the first state which has accepted that based on
which
the
has been accepted, then we will not go into that.
Lordship.
So we'll have to see whether the quantum of compensation has at least been pronounced upon by a court or by the Supreme Court. Then we won't have to go into that question. Then we'll accept that figure. Otherwise, see if the quantum of compensation anywhere is higher or we have any scope to determine the quantum of compensation. Because we are going by the ballpark figure indicated by the Supreme Court in the matter of COVID deaths. Now, in the matter of COVID death, where the state was even less responsible for the death, if a compensation of X amount is directed to be paid by the state, then in a matter where the state has to be found to be more involved in the death while in custody, that compensation should be at least matching.
My lord, this honorable court in one of the cases, my lord, that was 2017 or 2018, granted 15 lakh rupees compensation in case of.
That was accepted.
That was
That has been implemented.
Lordship, let me just clarify that. That was a case of a clear, because the factual situation was a clear case of torture.
Very well. So at least for torture, we'll make that the benchmark.
Yes, so that was a case of
Torture also that
Lordship, judicial inquiry committee was constituted.
Torture, suicide, these are things that we will put on the same pedestal.
Yes.
And we will provide for, since there is a benchmark over here, we provide for that. And this we want to finish now.
Lordship, the only issue remains what is fallen from Lordship, whether the Haryana model is based on the national model.
We'll see that. That is number one. And we'll see that in which of these 49 cases you're liable to pay.
Lordship is correct.
Yeah, someone is standing and then he just falls down after suffering a heart attack. Naturally, we will not make this
Absolutely
state liable. You
Lordship,
know,
we have got different components for that. Even
that unnatural death in the report I've indicated, my lord.
she's indicating there are certain cases where you disagree.
Lordship,
There are some cases that you agree. Yes. And certain other cases you disagree. So we'll study the postmortem reports.
postmortem and magistrate inquiry, Lordship, we'll have to find out whether what was the observation of magistrate inquiry report. So those also needs detailed evaluation.
So how many of the 49, according to you, they are liable in how many cases?
Well, majority of cases are hanging, suicide by hanging.
Majority of cases are
Suicide, my lord.
suicide. Suicide is their fault.
Suicide is their fault.
Suicide is their fault. You have to create a where suicide is impossible.
Lordship, in case of suicide, it could be the case of diminished liability, except if the necessary requirement in the custody was not done by the police.
Sir, you
Then negligence.
A is that you drive them to a mental state where they are inclined to commit suicide. That's number one.
Lordship is correct.
Number two is you also put the rope or the blade or the scissor or the knife right next to them to help them commit it.
Lordship,
So
if that is the situation, yes.
If those two we
If
see,
those two ingredients are met, then it has to be aggravated for a form of
And-
liability.
and it's like a 106 kind of a situation where they are in their custody,
Lordship.
in your custody, and they meet an unnatural death. Unless you can explain the extraordinary circumstances,
Lordship is correct.
we'll apply the same kind of.
And those can be found out by if there is a ministry inquiry report. Like it should be the benchmark to come.
Of course. Someone holds his breath
Lordship.
and dies, if it is possible,
Absolutely.
then of course it's no fault of yours.
So Lordship,
Even the earlier case where 15 lakh was granted, my lord, state declared that to be a case of suicide, my lord. But the inquiry found out that it was a clear case of torture by policeman.
So when do we keep it? Because that exercise will take a couple of hours at least.
My lord.
Individually, we have to go through it and then
Lordship, yes.
decide
That
that.
was an individual case where the ministry inquiry report was done. And being agreed, then there was a detailed hearing. If I will recollect, Lordship, at least a detailed hearing of 4 days it took in the High Court to appreciate every detailed evidence.
So we'll also conduct a detailed hearing. We already conducted some detailed hearings. We'll also conduct a detailed hearing and then
Correct, individual cases.
in the individual cases and then deal with it. Out of 49, according to you, they'll be liable in all,
Except 4 or 5, my lord.
except 4 or 5.
So one is a case of cancer death, my lord. One is case of heart attack. So those cases,
Yeah, those cases. Of
Those
course.
cases, man.
Let the matter appear 3 weeks hence for the individual instances of the 49 cases of custodial death since 2012 to be examined for determination as to the state's liability in each case, full stop. The quantum will also be decided upon by taking into consideration the precedent of an award of rupees 15 lakh in a case of unnatural death covered by a judgment of this court of the year 2017. Yes.
Any mention for unlisted matter? Any mention for unlisted matter? From supplementary list, item number 1.
May it please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, this is an appeal against the order of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, Guwahati, Lordship, dated 18 November 2020.
Yes.
Lordship, in this matter, the learned standing counsel for income tax was supposed to appear via online, but he's apparently having some technical issues, Lordship. The facts involved, Lordship, are that the respondent had shown their income, filed their income for the assessment year 2013-14, and on scrutiny, it was found that it is not admissible, and an amount of 2 crore 50 lakhs was added to the income. Subsequently, the respondent preferred an appeal. And in the appeal, the tribunal ruled that only 30 lakhs is to be added to the. Hence, the department preferred an appeal in Guwahati High Court. But in 2022, Your Lordship, the order of the Honorable Apex Court came that appeal should lie only in the jurisdiction of the assessing officer.
Court.
Jurisdiction court, Lordship.
Very well. The applicant, there is also section 5. So the applicant will serve the respondent. One respondent only
One respondent, Lordship.
will serve the SSC and inform the SSC that the application will appear 3 weeks hence. Full stop. In the event the paragraph, in the event the delay is condoned, comma, the appeal may be taken up for immediate hearing. Yes.
Most of that, Lordship.
From the main list, item number 1.
You take the matter where you...
May it please, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, this is a contempt petition
Yes.
alleging contempt of Your Lordship's order dated 14th December 22.
Yes.
Pleadings are complete on the matter. So if I may just place the relevant order where contempt is alleged.
You are for the petitioners.
I'm for the contempt, no, my lord. Let's start.
You are for the contempt, not?
Right.
Yes.
My lord, before my learned friend starts, my lord, here, my lord, I'm being led by Mr. Paul. My lord. I'm just seeking some accommodation for your lordship.
Where is he?
Today. He's out of station, my lord. If this matter can be taken up next week, my lord.
Very well.
Your lordship.
Since the alleged contempt nods seek an accommodation, comma, let the matter appear next week.
Okay.
Item number 2.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes.
My lord, this is a case which has been transferred from the Manipur High Court.
Yes.
My lord, the matter, though it seems to be very voluminous, the issue is very simple, my lord. Only
Where is the other side?
my lord, I'm told that we have submitted some application for adjournment. This
My lordship, if I may.
It's either my lord or your lordship, not my lordship.
My lord, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, I'm representing on behalf of the Advocate General Manipur.
Yes.
My senior is held up at the Honorable High Court for some case. So if you can adjourn this matter for 2 weeks, my lord.
For 2 weeks he will be held up in the High Court.
No, my lord. He's held up for today, but if this matter can be adjourned for 2 weeks, my lord.
You must realize there's someone who's come all the way from Imphal over here to do the matter. You just cannot, demand that they are given adjournment. You've been put on notice. The virtual mode is available.
I humbly pray, my lord.
Since an adjournment is sought on the ground of Learned Advocate General of Manipur, let the matter stand over for 10 days. Full stop. It is hoped that this transferred matter, it is hoped that both sides will ensure that there is no delay in the disposal of this transferred matter. Yes, give it a date, 10 days.
My lord, may I just submit, my lord?
Yes.
My lord, this is what they did before the Honorable High Court. Several times they were even imposed with cost. And ultimately what they did, my lord, when they could not adjourn it, they brought an advocate of the relative of the Honorable Judge who recused from the case, so he had to go to the Supreme Court for transfer of the case, my lord.
Let us see what tricks they play now.
They tried every tricks in
Let us see.
My lord, can it be
It
the,
should be assumed before they've done anything.
my lord, they did it in Friday. My lord, can it be on 10th, my lord?
We were adjourned it for how many days? 10 days. No, 10 days has to be beyond 10.
10th or 11th, my lord?
11th? What day of the week is 11th?
No objection, my lord.
No, not Friday. Not a Friday. 14th.
My lord, let it be on 15th. or something.
15th. 15th August? Sir, what are you asking?
Sorry, my lord. 16th, my lord.
16th.
Oh, sorry, my lord.
Item number 4.
Deeply obliged.